Good afternoon. Welcome to another Open Gate show. This is for the race meet Saturday, April 23rd at Caymanas Park. DK water provides much needed oxygen to the entire body. Our brain needs water. DK water aids in good digestion, helps us maintain a healthy weight, and tastes great. DK water doesn't have a flat taste or boiled. It makes an excellent drinking experience and has a pH of 7.5. Located 2 Creef Road, Kingston 6, Unit 3A, close to the Mountain View and Auto Wind stoplight, almost adjacent to Robertson Avenue. Call 876-627-91145, that's 876-627-91145, or 876-807-5316, that's 876-807-5316. Their website, destination 876, that's one word with the numbers, .com. Go spend quality time at Super Bar, 14 Keswick Plaza, Hayes, Clarendon, easily seen off the main road. Safe, secure atmosphere, courteous staff, and tasty cuisine. Cook by order. Join the movement. Start a presence for the future. The location is on the Kaiser main road, going along to the Very Technical High School on your right. Tomorrow's race card, 10 race card, is very interesting. But before I get to that, I must remind those who are in their 70s about a race on August 17th, 1963, a field that comprises of 5 horses. And it was the Independence Handicap at Caymanas Park. The purse money was £500. Being the winner, getting £320, who ran second get 85, 55, 30, and £10 respectively, going along. And the class is A1, A2, and B class. The nomination fees was £7. The distance was a mile. And this race had Bonnie Blue Flag carrying 9 stone without a Jones. Glenergia carried 8 stone 2 ounces. Never Cruiser the rider. Second Son 6 stone, very light with Cleveland Suki. And Glenford Walker went overweight on number 4, Rosemary. The other runner was Stolen Love. But the Blue Flag was owned by Ivan Lynn. And this horse was a chestnut mare. Glenergia was owned by Mistress Witt and Mr. O'Quinn. Second Son the Second was owned by Mr. Stanhope Joel. Jerry Skelton was a trainer. Glenergia had J. Zadie. Rosemary was also trained by J. Zadie and owned by Mr. and Mrs. J. Zadie. Stolen Love was owned by Caymanas Estate and trained by Eileen Cliggott. Just some memory. I don't know how many remember that race or even the results. Well, I just brought it in just for the few who are of the age of 70 and over. The first race after a 3-day historic carnival, first time at Caymanas Park, you have 3 consecutive race days, and it was well supported. Kudos to the racing office and SVREL. Race 1 starts approximately 12:05 p.m. 8-9 declared. They go 1100 meters or 5.5 furlongs. I should warn you about what they call the track bias. normally after the first race, internationally, the top jockeys usually sees how the racing surface is its status. Sometimes it can be fast, sometimes it can be holding, sometimes it can be of such that you have to go to the middle of the track to get a better run. Not sure that applies much here, but it should. And a fast track, the speedsters will have an advantage, as horses that are closest going to have it very difficult on such a track. Anyway, this race, number one, Gentle Giant, enters for his chosen optional claiming 450,000 to 550,000, and it's for native bred 6 years up, was number 1 4 race. Gentle Giant claimed for 550,000 on the 19th of December and was up with the lead, but flattened to be fourth, 6.5 lengths behind Southern Fly, Lala Diva, and City Council. That was out the straight. Back down to that tag after 3 starts for trainer Stephen Todd, and nothing much to go by here except for he last one at that tag. Well, not ran well enough at that tag. Stephen Todd's stable is getting back into form. Number 2, Art of a Lion, dropping in a claim for this tag, 550,000. It will take someone with the heart of a champion to have his horse as a banker, though working okay on Saturday, 16th of April. Galloped out the gate first 4 and 48 flat by 1 minute and 4/5. I'm iffy on him based on the odds he got in all of his last 10 career starts. And his best efforts were out the straight. If he can duplicate that maiden victory on the 13th of November, going this journey of 5.5 furlongs, when he pulled away to win by 4 3/4 lengths, very easily beating Prosecco and Infinity Ace, Heart of a Lion should be given some consideration as he can win, because he can close good if all is okay with him. Killer B, number 3, 5.5 furlongs. Well, anyway. Number 5, Loose Cannon, back to the distance and claiming tag. He came off a sojourn and won. That was on the 26th of February. He led in pole-to-pole fashion. Not all that impressive. But he came back on the 26th of March, a month after, going 6.5 furlongs, and in the 750,000 tag, and ran okay. He led, but flattened to be fourth, 8.25 lengths of special clearance, Zaria and Muscatoon. Well, he didn't beat much when he came off that layoff and won, but it's fitter now, and that's very important in a race such as this. Number 6, It's All I, beaten by Lala Diva, who was betted by Loose Cannon. His advantage, though, I'm speaking of It's All I, if he can close into what should be a speed collapse. Number 8, Casual Charm, another here with speed, has been training on the exercise track more consistently of late, something she has never done before. So that's quite interesting. Number 9, Baltusserol, won in good fashion and last at this distance on the 3rd of April. Taking up the running the 3.5 furlong point, and pulled away to win by 4 lengths in a time of 1 minute 8 1/5, beating Mr. Linders and Broken Light. A good effort, but facing a little bit tougher here, especially on the headlines. Can be rated, though, off the speed and pounce. Number 5, Loose Cannon, reluctantly, from number 9, Baltusserol. Number 2, Heart of a Lion. Number 7, number 8, Casual Charm. Number 6, It's All I. Kind of made a note of the apprentices that has been given a license between 2018 to 2022. 39 apprentices got their license between that date, and only 16 rode over 10 winners, where 21 rode under 8 wins, including 11 who is yet to win a race. We hope that these young men realize that the world is not as simple as long ago, when a lot of people were kind and helpful. We need good jockeys, and you have the opportunity to ride horse at a young stage. Don't regret when you get old. You have no one to blame if you don't do well. I hope you understand my point. Race 2, back to the races. It goes a mile or 600 meters, 8 declared. For children up, optional claiming 200 250,000, as well as native bred 6-year-olds and up, who've never won 3 races. Also eligible are native bred 5-year-old who remains a maiden. Number 3, Black Royalty, wiry mare who is heavily raced. So for her to win, it would really surprise me. Number 4, General Mubarak can return to winning ways if there is one simple issue, that if connections don't know of this issue, he will fail again. Chances are they could know. I don't know if they know. Number 5, Funky Fashion, being consistent to an extent, but again, these could improve a bit on placing on the board, might even win. Number 6, Smooth Criminal, much change of horse since claim, just only 2 months now, and stretching out to a distance that fully suit this horse. Number 6, Smooth Criminal. Number 5, Funky Fashion. Number 4, General Mubarak. Number 3, Black Royalty should gain that lower spot. Number 3, race 3 goes 1100 meters or 5.5 furlongs. 9 declared. It's for native bred shows made a special weight race. Number 1, Yellowstone, flopped as the Eve Money favorite on debut. That was on the 3rd of April, going 5 furlongs straight, drawn on the outside, was up with the leaders and faded badly to be 10 lengths behind Talos de Jour and Prince Sanjay. Continued to move good on the exercise track and gets Shane Ellis and will be the huge favorite tomorrow. Number 2, Without Remorse. Let's welcome back jockey Andrew Martin after he had a stint in Canada. Without Remorse has looked improved in that workout Wednesday the 20th of April, 3 furlongs in 36 and 2/5. Got 13-1 on debut against a decent set. Suggests there is some confidence in his ability to do well. We'll be getting first time tongue tie tomorrow. Number 3, Code of Conduct, a debutant born the 3rd of February, by Philip by Midnight Orc out of Amicable by Dayton Flyer. Christopher Wellington owned and bred this horse, Grateful Smith trains. Gregory Freeman, the groom, will debut with Lasix, blinkers, and tongue-tie Dayton Dawkins ride. Neat filly, who has been coming along under the guidance of trainer Grateful Smith. Have a chance of getting into the top 3, as this horse has been showing some use, especially of late. Number 5, Freedom Street, will debut with Lasix. After 2 career starts, could improve on last run, seeing some value was displayed in the earlies. Number 7, another debutant, King Air, born the 14th of March, Chestnut Court by Midnight Hawk out of Mamita by Stormcraft. The businessman owns Edward Stanbury Trains. Basil Edwards bred this one. Darren Longmore, the groom. Paul Francis will get the call. King Air will need time. Number 8, Jupiter Man, another debutant. This one was born the 20th of March by Stormcraft out of Valley of the Queens by Eve the Real Thing. Jacqueline Burgess and Emil Knight owns, and they also bred this colt. Darren Longmore, second horse he's grooming, and again, Edward Stanbury trains. Cayman Montgomery ride this one, working a wee bit better than stablemate number 7 King Air, but won't bother the top 2 tomorrow. Number 9, Risky Bid, ran okay in improved mode on the second career run. That was on the 18th of April, going 4.5 furlongs straight. Close to get within 3.5 and 6 in a bang-up race that was won by Josh. That one got disqualified, and the race awarded to the Gaul. That was a very good field, maybe tougher than this one. Now going on the curve for the first time, should be in the top 3 or 4 surely. Number 1, Yellowstone. Number 9, Risky Bid. Number 5, Freedom Street. Number 3, Code of Conduct. Number 2, Without Remorse. 4th race, 4, 5 wheels and up. Maiden condition race. 8 declared, 5 from straight or 1,000 meters straight. Number 1, Run J Run. Broke very awkward and last. That was on the 9th of April, going 6 furlongs with Dane Nelson. Came up to be second, 5.5 lengths just about turning for home, but flattened badly to be 22.5 lengths third. Taquana, who won by a distance. Euphoria, who was in this race, ran second. Run J Run should make amends, especially being if he breaks a wee bit better. Well, if it's a recurring issue, a lot of our supporters are going to bawl after this race. The 3, Valiant has Run J Run to overcome. Number 6, Jalissa P. Possibly she could figure on the lower end of the exotics. Number 7, Show No Mercy, gets first-time Lasix, but can't see any improvement unless this number 7 will be another number 7, unlike Kundaman. Lightning doesn't strike twice, though, at the same spot. Number 8, very interesting. Well, that was very interesting. As I was about to go to number 8, that sound came, and for those who play the rake, maybe it will work. That's Euphoria. Could find a place on the board in the high. Could, however, be even the winner if number 1, Run J Run fails. Number 1, Run J Run from number 8, Euphoria. Number 6, Julissa P. Number 3, Valiant. 5th race. But before I get to race 5, I should repeat my selection. Number 1, Yellowstone. From number 9, Risky Bid. Number 5, Freedom Street. Number 3, Code of Conduct. Number 2, Without Remorse. Race 4, I just dealt with. Race 5 is we are at the halfway stage, and I must remind you, DK spring water provides much needed oxygen to the entire body. Our brain needs water. DK water aids in the digestion and helps maintain a healthy weight. DK water doesn't taste flat or boiled. It makes an excellent drinking experience and has a pH of 7.5. Located at 2 Grief Road, Kingston 6, Unit 3A, close to the Mountain View and Auto Stop Light, almost adjacent to Robertson Avenue. Call 876-627-9115-1425 or 876-807-5316. Their website destination, kingston876.com, for further information. Go spend quality time at Super Ale Bar, 14 Keswick Plaza, Hayes, Clarendon. Easily seen off the main road. Safe, secure atmosphere, courteous staff, and tasty cuisines cooked by order. Join the movement. Start your presence there for the future. Race 5, we have 9 horses declared. go 5 furlongs straight or 1,000 meters straight. It's for native bred 4 years and up, who have never won 3 races, as well as an imported 4 years and up, who hasn't won 2. Number 1, Oakland Cole, did well in the class on last, 26th of March, going 5 furlongs straight. Ran evenly to be second, 4 3/4 lengths to Redding Charmer. Had and I lengths behind. Seems to have a liking for the straight course. Number 2, King's Magician, one that adores this course, facing 3 horses who were just behind him on last. And they're again here. That's number 3, Artesia, number 4, Taurus Boy, number 6, Mr. Mandate. They were closely behind King's Magician. But the odds that King's Magician got, 37 to 1, suggests to me that this is the race that Connections had this one penciled for, and chances are maybe he got away. Who knows? Number 3, Artesia, should have done better than last as the 1-5 favorite. Ran well against better out the straights already on the 27th of November. Finished fourth, 4.5 lengths at 31 to 1 behind Super Duper, Hoist the Mass, and Secret Identity. Came back on the 18th of December, out the straight again, drawn on the inner rail, and ended up fourth again, but this time a length and a half to I've Got Magic, Hoist the Mass, and Super Duper, an improved effort. So Artesia surely loves the straight. She obviously has issues, but she should be fighting this out if all is well. Now, 4, Taurus Boy was in and last by King's Magician, causing his rhythm to go awry. But when settled, the race was long gone. As his only career win out the straight, that was on the 22nd of September last season, ran on and got up by a head in 59 flat to beat Unruly Boss and Rising Saint. Let's see what tomorrow brings. Number 6, Mr. Mandate, youthful sprinter, who again has Shane Ellis. Another good display is envisaged. Number 8, Vanquisher, has raced only once so far this season after that upset victory on the 12th of December, going 4.5 furlongs at 42 to 1. Was with the leaders and kept on to gain a century in leaving the furlong point, and held it well to beat Will the Conqueror rather, and Quiet Boss. I'm expecting a good display tomorrow, and this horse is in flashing speed. Well, flash speed in the sole race in this season on the 20th of March, going 6 furlongs, led but weakened a bit to be third, 5.5 lengths behind Action Anne and Artesia. Vanquisher well drawn and is expected to do very well. But my selection, number 3, Artesia, for number 4, Taurus Boy, number 2, King's Magician, number 6, Mr. Mandate, number 8, Vanquisher. Race 6 for Trillion Up, the claiming race. $800 to $1 million is the claiming ratio. 400 meters or 7 furlongs, 10 declared. Number 3, Action Anne will have good support tomorrow. Gets blinkers on and had it twice already and didn't do anything. But anyway, this is different. Regardless, though, I don't see this horse with a chance of getting into the top 3. Number 6, Fairest Champion, ran best when setting the pace, but number 9, Superluminal here, will accompany him and is more of a fighter than he, but Fairest Champion is half Superluminal's age, and for that, you have to give this horse a chance. As Superluminal, who knows, maybe he's not as super as he was before. Number 7, Inspired Miracle, dropped to 750,000, claimed by top trainer Patrick Lynch on the 20th of February, going 6.5 furlongs, and got good support, 2 to 1, but finished 9.5 lengths behind Uncle Vinny, Donald Mighty, Biblical Legend. That was a poor field, and still Inspired Miracle didn't do anything. He can come good if this connection can do what Patrick Lynch couldn't. And with our diplomacy, inconsistent horse who can figure in the top 3 if he is okay. Number 9, Superluminal, fighting 10-year-old when focused. He normally runs well. On last, he got a competent speed and couldn't hold, but held second all the way in the stretch to be 2 3/4 lengths behind Mild Upsetter Raw Liquid, trained by Maurice Crooks. And I should mention Maurice Crooks. He has 2 horses that have raced, and he does well. Trainers, there are a lot of trainers in Maurice Crooks' category who are not getting the attention that they should, but such is life. One day, let's hope. Number 10 favorite is could. Well, let me get back a bit to number 9, Superluminal. You know, these connections, Carlton Watson and Dennis Trades, they've been doing well with their new recruits. First off the claim, so that's the point I wanted to inject. Number 10 favorite is could close on these for a top 4 slot, maybe even do better, as this is a very suspected field. And its Fearless Champion has a chance. So its favorite is. Number 9, Superluminal. Number 8, High Diplomacy. Number 6, Fearless Champion. No, sorry, number 10 favorite is. Number 6, Fearless Champion. Number 7, Inspired Makers. Race 7, 4 native-bred trios who have never won 2 races, and imported chosen up who still remain a maiden. 9 declared, 6 furlongs or 1,200 meters. Number 1, No More Deals, should find a place in the midsection of the top 5. Number 2, Blue Vinyl, ran huge on last, 3rd of April in the Prince Consort stake race, going 7 furlongs, closed after being thrown into stride, and was a good way back with Dane Nelson, but galloped to get within a short head to Empire of the Cat. Had to take upon 3 lengths behind and should have won that race. I'm expecting an improved run, which should be enough. We'll have first-time blinkers on after 4 career starts without, and of course, top trainer Patrick Lynn trains. Number 3, Luxall, US importee who has speed and was well supported in all 6 career starts, yet failed. It is likely that the figure 8 could allow him to hold that speed now. Blinkers is also fixed. Let's see, as she is the lone speed, and if the track is fast or sloppy, he could come good now for the Jason DaCosta and owner. Number 5, Shadowfax rather, have been fitted with a bit older. A bit older is a flimsy equipment, sometimes made of rubber, mostly by rubber, and at rare time made by leather. It runs from between the center, between the horse's ears, right down, and deviates on both sides, just above the nostril, and attached to the bit. What it does, it holds the bit more steadier in the horse's mouth, as some horses tend to play a bit with the bit. But that's a pun on it. And Shadowfax has been looking sharper since that equipment has been affixed to Azabrigo. Number 8, Pip, not one to excite on exercise track, but surely a talented start. The tongue tie is off and first-time figure 8 is on. I'm expecting Pip to show improvement. And, well, one wonders why he has only raced twice. Last time he raced was when he broke his maiden, going 5.5 furlong on the 15th of January, beating No More Deals and Prince Sanjay. Has been training aplenty, but as I said, nothing to excite about. Number 9, Lacrime, well-bred filly who seems to be suited to long distances. Still, she can fight this out, seeing she has been stepped up to exercise for the first time that I know of by the great trainer, Philip Fiani. One of these. Number 2, Blue Vanilla. Number 9, Lacrime. Number 8, Pip. Number 1, No More Deal. Number 3, Luxol. Number 3, Luxol, as I've mentioned, the equipment of the figure 8 and to a lesser extent the blinkers could make a lot of difference. So be reminded of that. Feature race, the Viceroy Trophy. Philip Fiani, Winston Griffiths, George Sang, Emilio Rodriguez, Andrew Mjid had victories aboard this great gelding. One of the best local bred horses to race at Caymanas Park. Very versatile. 6 horses declared for this trophy race. They go a mile or 1,600 meters. Number 1, I've Got Magic, a 4-bay coat by Fast Anna out of Little Miss Richard by Half Hours. Lakeland Farm Limited owns. Richard Lake bred this one. Baron Murray the groom. Philip Fiani trains. Paul Francis rides. I've Got Magic has improved. And this US importee is going to run well again. Number 2, Crimson, 6-year-old bay gelding by Nuclear Wayne out of Sarah Barracuda by Price. Success Farm owns. Michael Bernard bred this one. Claude Thompson grew the groom. Gary Sabati trains. Dick Cardenas will go a few kilos overweight to ride this gelding. Number 3, Excessive Force, 5-year-old chestnut horse by Broken Vow out of Fevered Kiss by Smart Strike. ACK Stables owns. Orin Ingram, Merritt Farrell and Mount Brilliant Farms, the breeder in the United States. The groom here, Devin Biggs. Philip Fiani has 2 entries here. Jordan Barrett, the light Apprentice. He will be riding this horse the first time he's ever been so light. I don't think he can win though, but could run fair enough. Number 4, Further and Beyond, 4 Chestnut Colt by Blue Pepsi Lodge out of Rumble by Graham Wall. Anthony Nunes, R. Panay, R. Prasad. Viodit owns this very good colt. Chad Fiani, Erwin Wong Leong, and Donna Wong owns the Ferrari ride. The groom, Robert Aladdin again rides. Seems to be in a different league at present. The logical choice. Number 5, King Arthur, 5-year-old bay gelding by Natural Selection out of Shazad by Pat and Jack. Carlton Watson owns. Jason Acosta trains. Glenn Robinson is the breeder. Leon Walker the groom. Anthony Thomas gets the call. Again, continues to work well, but ain't showed up at the races. Like father, like son, Jason Acosta is slick. Just a point, which may not be appropriate at this time, or even for this horse. King Arthur on last had a valid excuse for that poor showing. So, chances are he could come much better. Will be good enough to overturn King Further and Beyond? I don't think so. Number 6, Calculus, 4-bay colt by Sensational Slam out of Trinity Box by Bernardini. 7, Maharaj owns. Gary Sabata trains. Karma Maharaj bred this one. Lyndon Bennett, the groom. Shane Ellis again has the call. Very consistent 4-year-old colt who was the winner of the 2021 Derby last season. Has pace, and even though up against Further and Beyond, he will bring his usual A game and fight and try to fight this out. Number 4, Further and Beyond. Number 6, Calculus. Number 1, I've Got Magic. The penultimate race 9, 3 holes and up. Sorry, it's for native bred 3 holes maiden. It's a condition race. 7.5 furlongs or 1,500 meters. 9 declared. Number 1, KP's Choice, was loudly whispered and last. That was on the 9th of April. Going 6 furlongs and broke awkward, but went right through and took up the lead. Stayed on a bit to be 3.5 lengths, to be a length and a half third on the furlong marker, and flattened to be 6 lengths fourth behind Supreme Song, Get a Pepsi, and Mills All That. We'll have blinkers on again and first time figure 8, as well as getting LASIK for the first time. That should improve this horse. Interesting though, on Tuesday, the 5th of April, before the horse last run, went well in the blinkers, looking very fluent in turn 6 and 5th. And it wasn't on for that race on the 9th. It's now on. So let's see what KP's Choice will do, even going a bit further. Number 3, Assurity, 103 here for the champion trainer Anthony Nunes. This one is the best of the trial. Number 4, AK Storm, will get first time Lasix after his, his debut run without. Number 5, El Cid. Um, well, I shouldn't say Assurity was the best of the trio. Actually, number 5, El Cid is. My apologies. El Cid flopped badly when first time Visor was on. That was on the 16th of April, going 2 turns, 9 furlong, 25 yards with Shane Ellis, 57 kilos. Was installed a 3 to 5 favorite and was there prominently and surprisingly failed to be fourth, 10.5 lengths behind Prince Sanjay and the other Stephen Stud horse, Sir Tijay, Secret Emperor, was fourth. The Visor is off, so too Shane Ellis, and the Cardenos will have the reins tomorrow, in which I'm expecting a very good display, as what Elsid did on the 2nd of April, going 8 furlongs when he lost by a length to through the deputy. Number 8 rather, I realized I'm not sure I like. Oh, I saw this horse yesterday. Thursday wasn't, well, maybe he will start, maybe not. Number 9, Sir Tajay, should be in for a placing on the board. My selection, number 5. That's El Cid. From number 1, KP's Choice. Number 9, Sir Tajay. Number 3, Assurity. Number 4, AK Storm. Final race, race 10. For native-bred foals and up, who's never won 2 races, as well as imported foals and up, who remains a maiden. 13 declared. 7.5 furlongs, or 1,500 meters, is the journey, as is the distance for race 9. But this is a bigger field, and it's not as of the quality. Well, I shouldn't say of the quality. This race is for 4-year-olds, not 3. Anyway, number 1, Mental Warfare. US importee who is seemingly suited to this distance. He better moves here on last, but he got 3 to 5 against Prosecco, and that was surprising to me. Omar Walker, he gets the call. The 2, Bigman Biden, has his 3rd start in 7 days, but did look all that focus on last. That was the 18th of April, going 5 furlongs round, a journey that is not suited for this horse, and showed his fitness by finishing 3rd, 7.5 lengths behind Afilas and Perezo. Very interesting horse. Anthony Thomas takes over. Number 7, it is what it is. Could close well enough for a placing on the board, as the pace is expected to be a good one in the early. Well, if it is what it is, his focus, this horse could close for an exotic spot. Number 7, Slam Solana gets back for Francis, who last had him showing some value on the 12th of March, going a mile when trying to make it a pole-to-pole affair, finishing 2nd, 7.25 lengths to Lovecraft, who caught him at the furlong pole and really flew away. Santillano could control the pace in this race and hold on for a good show. Number 10, Avenging Angel, well-bred horse, but is very unpredictable. Number 12, Big Argument, stretching out now, and is bred for, a middle order or longer distances. Number 13, Pass the Balls, gets figure 8 and lay 6 out of 4 starts without including that maiden victory when these weren't in play. Number 1 though, Mental Warfare, from number 8, Slam Silano. Number 2, Big Ben Biden. Number 7, it is what it is. Number 8, no, sorry, what am I saying? Number 12, Big Argument. Remember to tell others to subscribe to the Open Gate Show on YouTube. If you don't know how to subscribe, I'm sure you can get someone to assist you. DK Water, DK Spring Water, provides much needed oxygen to the entire body. Our brain needs water. DK Water aids in good digestion and rehydration, and surely helps in maintaining a healthy weight. DK water doesn't taste flat or boiled. It makes for an excellent drinking experience and has a pH of 7.5. Located 2 Creek Road, Kingston 6, Unit 3A, close to the Mountain View and Orleans stoplight, almost adjacent to Robertson Avenue. Call 876-627-9114 to 5 or 876-807-5316. Their website, destination kingston876.com. That's it for tomorrow's race card. And I wish you all the best and hope that I can help you make your selections. I must say, I have attributed this task of doing this open gate show, a show which I created it, I own it, a show which gives me the opportunity to give back to local horse racing what I should have in my earlier days as a racehorse trainer. There are a lot of regrets, but as the saying goes, a river doesn't flow backwards, it goes on. And I am happy to say that I found a way to give some value from me to the racing fraternity. A special shout out to the Open Gate Show basic fans, those fans from long ago, Dennis Harrison, Jackie Longot, Peter Level, Fortis, Fanner, may his soul be at peace, and the gentleman from Runaway Bay? Sentence Bay, rather. I don't remember. His vision is impaired. I can't remember his name. And quite a number of other people who I didn't really mention out of being in the flow. But I'm very grateful to all these people who have made the show what it is, and especially Junior Fender, a very unique person, and I am very, very, very grateful to that gentleman. Take care and join me next Friday when I'll try to decipher the race card for